let me be the devil's advocate here. If you look at Zoramthanga's tweet yesterday, day before yesterday, if you look at the sort of position which Zoramthanga has taken, I would like the photo of Zoramthanga to be on the screen. He has directly attacked Biren Singh on this issue. And the issues which he has taken up of the Kuki-Chin issue, few people would understand that it would have an impact on Nagaland also. And it will also have an impact on Meghalaya also. Can you take us through the Zoramthanga issue?
Well, definitely, Karthikeya. This particular tweet where almost a letter was posted there by Zoramthanga, Mizoram Chief Minister, it actually hurts BJP on several grounds. First of all, the issue of the migrants population coming in from Manipur. Zoramthanga has been kind enough to give them shelter. Almost 12,000 people have walked into Mizoram during the Manipur conflict, and it's counting as we speak. That is one aspect which Zoramthanga is attending to as of now. But sooner or later, it could become a very potent issue for the elections, as far as elections are concerned. Secondly, Zoramthanga is calling a spade a spade. He rules a state where BJP is in minority. There's a smaller chunk that is in support of the MZP, and that's why there is no apparent threat for the Zoramthanga government also as of now. So he can speak the way he wants. And to bring out the salient features of what ails Manipur, Zoramthanga's that letter actually names them in as many words. So that way, obviously, he has hit the nail on its head. And for a chief minister like Zoramthanga, you know, the kind of popularity he has, the kind of mixed tribes he has got, the ethnicity case, you're right, it can rub the wrong way in Nagaland also. Not far away, we have seen Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, all of them brought into this Manipur controversy, Manipur turmoil right now. For the elections in any part of this country, Karthikeya, I believe Manipur issue is going to weigh heavy. Mizoram would be going to poll sooner, and so are rest of the part of the country. Let's not also forget the Christian minority population, be it Mizoram, be it Manipur, be it Nagaland. These three states have the Christian population, minority population, as in other parts of the country. It averages 80%. 80% of the population of its Christian, and the violence that has happened in Manipur, I wouldn't want to believe that it won't have any impact on the election. It would rather dent it.
Let me take this question to Brijesh.
Well, Karthikeya, there are there are two answers rather to this one question. Answer number one is that if you go purely by statistics, it is not going to dent much, because how many seats Manipur has? 2. How many seats Mizoram has? 1. And how many seats Nagaland is 1. So it is basically, 4-5 Lok Sabha seats we are talking about, in which BJP has only 1 seat. The problem is that Manipur is a narrative denter. I'm not saying that it is going to
narrative denter is the word.
It dents the BJP's Act Northeast policy. Which I personally believe, that they are, along with their Dalit outreach, which they have been doing since 2014, ever since Prime Minister Narendra Modi has come out, their reach out to Northeast was one very specific, one very, I would say, a star in the bouquet which they were offering. That narrative seems to have dented, and it's not like this dent is confined only in the state of Manipur. The tragedy for the BJP is that the BJP has been trying to make a Christian outreach in the southern state. Because, there are various factors at play. One is a southern surge, where want to reach out to as many South Indian states as possible. And Christian community is an important component of that outreach. What is happening is that what is happening in Manipur is denting your outreach, be in the state of Kerala or in any other southern states. That is what is happening. Another thing is that, statistics wise, Bihar becomes very important. Because after Maharashtra, Bihar was one area, one state which the BJP wanted to control come what may. And Bihar is also one state where, the caste calculation trumps the dominant Hindutva narrative in a big way. And that is the reason why, the BJP has been trying to make sure that its Bihar narrative doesn't get affected. Same is the case with West Bengal. West Bengal, this time the BJP has put up perhaps its best performance till date. which is 18 seats. 18 Lok Sabha seats is something which was the biggest surprise package. Will it happen again? With Mamata Banerjee coming back with a thumping majority is also a very tricky situation for the BJP.
Okay, but Chandraprakash ji, theek hai, you told me that it's not going to have a wider impact. But when I was going through reports from Mizoram, when I was going through reports from Nagaland, they seem to be working a different language. And I could feel if we scan the local headlines as we journalists do in morning, NSA I am to appeal, churches must be renovated. Mr. Thanga says that, Zoramthanga says 12,500 people, I need money. So, is it possible that it can be a narrative denter? Because Northeast is very, very, I agree with you. It's a very diverse and complex. What happens in Arunachal Pradesh has nothing to do with Tripura that way, except the fact of tribal complexity.
Karthikeya, I live in Assam. So I don't see any impact of Manipur violence in Assam. Okay, there is talk, definitely you will see some headlines here and there. And so far as national media is concerned, you see absolutely there is no major news coverage so far as Manipur is concerned. Although people are dying on daily basis there in violence activities. So
Sir, there are reasons other than that. Other than the kind of impact, there are other reasons, which is why the coverage is not there. Ideally, it should have. Because more than 200 people dying in a state is a big, and if any editor feels that it doesn't merit news in the front page, doesn't deserve to be an editor.
Definitely, it should have been a big issue across the country.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, it is not.
But
so.
Sharma ji, the real issue is that people in Delhi do not take Northeast seriously. That's the issue. It's like Washington reporters only going to Syria when there is a bombardment, or you have 100 people dying. It's like conflict reporting. Or you go to Africa only when 500 people die because they get buried in a mine. So sometimes when the margin reporting happens, the attitude remains the same. जब तक कि कोई दुर्घटना ना हो तब तक ध्यान नहीं जाएगा. Civic reporting, constantly political reporting will not find space.
Yes, I agree with you, but thanks to your channel that at least Manipur is getting some importance in national media or in across the country. But again, I would like to say that Manipur is not going to have that much impact, or it's not going to be a narrative builder so far as Lok Sabha election is concerned. The state Mizoram, Nagaland or Meghalaya, which you mentioned, together have only 4, 5, 6 seats. So they are not going to have much impact on the overall tally of the BJP so far as Northeast is concerned.
Okay. Suresh ji, narrative denter, I am taking forward the word used by my input editor Brijesh Pandey.
Well, I have a point here, because again, I'm just want to repeat myself that since I come from Kerala but living in Hyderabad, I've been speaking to a lot of students, of Manipuri students here in Hyderabad who work here in different companies in Hyderabad, different IT companies. One thing it struck me when they told me was, I don't want to bring in the Hindu-Christian part here again, but they told me one thing. They said there are 3 districts.
Hindu-Christian is there. And
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to say that.
What exactly BJP wants.
That part of it which is happening today, can you give me some time please to just speak on this? So when I spoke to them, they said there has been a consolidation of Hindu vote bank, just like what happened in UP before the last elections. Now, you can't compare an apple with an orange, 2 big states, one big state and one very small state. But look at Kerala. You said there's a denting of BJP's image among Christians in Kerala. There is only one faith in Kerala which is reacting to it, one faction of the Christian community. Because there again, they have an issue. Because the Northeast, what happened was many of the churches in the Northeast are manned by priests from Kerala. And they belong to a particular denomination. So when you talk of an overall picture, that problem is lying with one component. It is not that this church fathers or bishops are going to support BJP in Kerala and Suresh Gopi is going to win
so
Trishur and all that.
That way Kerala is unique. Even Hindu temples are manned by Kerala priests in Uttarakhand, sir. That way Kerala is truly diverse.
That is Adi Shankaracharya's philosophy.
Yes, absolutely. So Kerala is number 1.
It is nothing to do with the shortage of priests. Even churches in Europe are manned by by priests from Kerala actually. So let us leave it that. But look at the overall picture. There are 3 districts in Manipur, which are like kind of, you should understand that definitely it has dented BJP's image. I'm not saying it did not do there. But Manipur, again, you need to bring back the focus. Okay, 3 districts dominated by the Nagas. Now what happens? Those, who will they vote for? That's a big question there. Because remember, at the end of the day, an assembly in in Manipur, is a different animal at different point, because the majority of the seats remain with the Metis community, because that's the way it has been constituted. The Kukis will never get to rule Manipur. That's for sure. So we need to understand how this entire thing works. So 20% of the land, 70% of the population staying there in the valley, the 70%, I mean 20%, 70% land and just 20% population living. So the problem is simply infiltration, which the Myanmar government has realized. Day before yesterday, on Saturday evening, there was an attack on a convoy of Chinese army troops coming into Myanmar for a discussion. Remember, this is actually setting up a lot of other things that is happening, and you saw NSA's reaction. You saw the government of India telling Myanmar, now take care of your terrorists, don't let them come to this side of it. Myanmar government issued an order also to that effect. But overall, if you look at it, if even BJP is getting dented, BJP had what, 1 or 2 seats in Northeast in those smaller states? It's not going to make a big impact anyway. Okay, the main thing is BJP did was they tied up with the local parties. And that is something they did very smartly in the Northeast. And definitely the development of the Northeast, you can't wish it up. It has happened. It has happened big time since Modi government has come. There's 2 things that are swinging BJP's way. They know how to tie up alliances, even they lose alliances. But in Northeast, they have gathered the Christian groups together to ensure that at least they have a name there. You know, BJP is there in XY state or Z state kind of thing. But definitely, if you ask me if there is going to be an impact, I'm worried more about Bihar. I'm worried more about Jharkhand. I'm more worried about West Bengal. West Bengal and Bihar are 2 worries.
Okay, Suresh, tell me, why are you worried about Bihar? Okay, I'll come to Bihar. Why are you worried about Bihar?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. See, what is going to happen is Nitish Kumar and Tejasvi are going to split the seats. Tejasvi is going to ride the upper hand. They is going to demand more number of seats from Nitish Kumar. Whether he gives it or not, because this is the last election, JDU will be fighting on its own. After this, even Nitish has said that JDU won't exist after this. So is BJP going to do a Maharashtra experiment again in Bihar? I suspect it will happen. I have a strong suspicion that closer to the election, you will see Eknath Shinde or Ajit Pawar happening in Bihar. West Bengal, the main worry, 18 seats last time. Will they get 18? We will know from these local elections which were held recently. You saw the amount of violence that are there. And definitely BJP is going to bank itself heavy, if not 18, at least get 14 in West Bengal. But to get that, BJP made a major mistake last time. It did not back its cadres after the election was over. It just left them like that. That has created a huge amount of heartburn, because I've dealt with a number of BJP cadres from there. They came, they literally were crying. They saying, sir, maar rahe humko, koi humko pooch nahi raha yahan. Before election, they wanted us. After election, they left us to the dogs. We are literally being chased around here. That BJP should not make that mistake again. They need to take care of the cadres in West Bengal, because in West Bengal, it is a straight fight between Mamata and BJP. If CPM and Congress come together, it's going to be a third position. And I believe that BJP should, and I think it's BL Santosh getting into the act is a big thing, because he's the organizing general secretary and he comes from the RSS as on deputation. So naturally, BJP has to push with the envelope there, and big time. They need to protect their cadres, then they will do well.
Okay. I think BL Santosh had a tough time in Karnataka, you know, and I think not only tough time, but BL Santosh almost got a raw deal, because, you know, he had to deal with people like Yedurappa, and the raw power of the regional Satra was something which Mr. BL Santosh must have felt in Karnataka.
It's one thing to be in RSS, and then it's another thing to run a very dynamic political parties. Though general secretary organizations are from RSS because they provide the nut bolts thing and all, but yes, in Karnataka, BL Santosh's image took a major hit. There were also, you know, various factors.
Can I ask you a question? Sorry, I interrupted you. We know, you know, the BL Santosh name cropped up again in Karnataka. Hemant Biswa Sarma is the convener of NIDA, you know. People felt in 60-65 days, you know, he would be at the forefront of what's happening in Manipur. It didn't happen that way. Why?
I think the letter put him on a back foot.
Really?
The letter which was released, because it is very surprising for me that, you know, somebody who is, you know, one-stop shop for BJP, for anything that goes wrong in the 7 northeastern state, would only make one visit, very quiet visit, and then did not utter a single word post that. So it
Why?
was very. I think
you have
the
covered
letter,
BJP for 15
the
years.
letter which
Why?
came out, the letter which was released by the Kuki organizations, which said that we have supported BJP in the elections, and both Ram Madhav as well as Hemanta Biswa Sarma knows about it. They asked for our help. We supported them big time. They won elections and all. It was at complete variance with their co-constituencies, which is the Maithi community, which is the dominant community, and which is said to be in the favor of the BJP. That was at complete variance. And I think there are certain other things which did not work out, and this is the reason why you see there are certain things which you cannot say on air, Karthike. You know that. That is the reason why. And this is the reason why, Hemanta Biswa Sarma
That was
did not...
point blank.
No, that was not point blank. I mean, you can't take point blank answer of that. So I was merely desisting from that. But I'm just saying that this is the reason why we didn't hate Hemant Sarma, which always play a Sankat Mochan bhumika for the BJP in the northeastern states, completely, being in the sidelines. Otherwise, usually, whenever anything happens, you always see a Hemanta Biswa Sarma on the first day, third day, fifth day. There he came not before Home Minister Amit Shah, but much, much after Amit Shah.
Before I come to you, Pankaj, Sharma ji, tell me, Sankat Mochak is a word which used by Brijesh. Do you think this time Hemanta Biswa Sarma didn't wade in because of that letter controversy? You smiled.
See, Karthike, one cannot win election in Manipur or Nagaland without having some sort of alliance with underground people, There is definite, even in day-to-day business, you will have to have some sort of arrangement with the underground people. They run a parallel government over there. BJP might say, or the Congress might say, or any other party which ruled the state or the center might say that they were not in alliance, I would say rather, or in nexus with the underground group. I think that is a big lie. So I don't think that Hemanta Biswa Sarma did not go there because of the expose, the so-called expose made by that letter, by that Kuki organization. Even the Prime Minister, even the Prime Minister did not utter a single word. I think there is some understanding between the BJP people now that they won't touch it. Touch this issue and let the Manipur calm down on its own. So that could be their policy. But I don't think that Hemanta Biswa Sarma has not been to Manipur just because a letter was shown by some Kuki organization.
No, the letter came out after his visit, not before his visit.
No, definitely after his visit. Definitely, I agree that after his visit. But he did not go there because of some fear or some sort of.
No. See, Chandraprakash, you raised a very interesting point. Even if I may ask you a question, I'm not saying that Hemanta Biswa Sarma backed out. With the kind of checkered career Hemanta Biswa Sarma has, if these people back out, then they won't be where they are. And he has been a daredevil go-getter. But the question begets an answer. That why the person who is always at the forefront, anything related to Northeast, was found absent for good 25 days before he made his first visit.
There must have been some instruction from the High Command.
Can you elaborate more if you can?
Prime Minister is keeping silence over this issue.
No. Prime Minister has a style. Sharma ji, we have never seen Prime Minister speak out of turn. We have never seen Prime Minister speak on issues which runs contrary to his benefit. So Prime Minister has never spoken out of turn till now on any issue that is contentious for the BJP. In the last 9 years, he has never spoken out of turn.
Even the entire central government, including the NSA, did not take any interest. You see, there must be some reason, because BJP don't do anything without politics or without any reason.
So that goes for every political party. It's just that Bharatiya Janata Party is succeeding and other political parties are not doing well.
It's
just that the luck is on the side. It's to say कि सोच समझ के करते हैं, सोच समझ के तो सभी कुछ कर रहे हैं, लेकिन कुछ की चल रही है, कुछ फ्लॉप हो जाते हैं. That's the truth of the matter. Pankaj,
Karthik, I just wanted to what Mr. Sarma was saying. Sarma ji, क्या ये possibility बनती है कि the Man's Friday for BJP in Northeast, Hemanta Biswa Sarma not making hasty visit to Manipur had also got something to do with N. Biren Singh's heft. बिकॉज जिस तरह का रसूख एन बीरेन सिंह रखते हैं और जो सपोर्ट का जो मुजाहरा उन्होंने किया था अभी कुछ दिनों पहले, डू यू बिलीव दैट इट इज द एन बीरेन सिंह्स कंट्रोल ओवर द पार्टी स्पेशली इन मणिपुर दैट इवन बीजेपी डजंट वांट टू चेंज?
और इफ आई मे ऐड टू पंकज क्वेश्चन, नो लव लॉस्ट बिटवीन एन बीरेन सिंह एंड हेमंत बिश्व शर्मा, बिकॉज यू आर द मैन ऑन द ग्राउंड.
I don't think that there is some sort of animosity or such things between N. Biren Singh and Hemanta Biswa Sharma, but the kind of leadership N. Biren Singh is showing there is definitely he's a Meitei leader actually and supporting the Meitei vote bank. That's why BJP is unwilling to disturb him right now.